And welcome back to Inspiring Charlotte. I'm Lori Zanino.
And I'm George Plumides.
And today we are going to talk again room by room, but we're going to do home office, kitchens and baths, and some of those kind of specialty rooms that people are now putting in their homes.
Yes.
So let's start off with home office, which we were just talking about
this. It's getting ready to change again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's being called back to, now the pandemic's over, everybody's being called back to work. So like all this, I know like Truist and Charlotte just announced like no more hybrid mode. You're going to have to come back to work.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were like really loved investing in their home office because they spent a lot of time. They really worked there.
We had a lot of people during the pandemic coming in like, hey, I'm working from home now. I need to update my office.
Exactly. And I think they're never going to go away because I think people love having an home office. And I think some businesses now, because of the pandemic, you can no longer work. You created your own business in your home, so you can't go back to the office.
Yeah.
And I think especially for people that travel that need a base, they will always have their home office. But I think home office has now become a little sexier.
Yeah.
Not just an office.
Well, I know, too, the heavier furniture is kind of starting to dissipate a little bit.
Yeah, you're not seeing the
huge,
those
big,
wall
clunky
units and the modular stuff.
Exactly. The big executive desk. You're seeing a little bit more cleaner lines. You're seeing a little bit more streamlined furniture.
And I'm still old school, and I still ask people, what about a file cabinet? And look at you like you're insane.
But you know what, though? Many of the people that come in and inquire to us about home office, everybody wants that extra file cabinet.
Yeah.
They just need the extra storage for
and somewhere to put
files
a printer.
and even their personal finances and stuff they keep track of.
Yeah, no, but I still think home offices are essential. I think they're more. I don't know if they're going to be as much of a dedicated room as they used to be. I think it's kind of, for me, I feel like it's dialed back. My home office, I get more. I just need a great writing table. I need something with a couple of drawers. It doesn't have to be giant.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need, especially like even retired couples, they still love a home office because that's where they still, some people
write their checks.
I was going to say, some people still write. I had a client write me a check. I was like, wow, I can give you my Zelle or my Venmo or mine. And she was like, oh, no, let's write you a check. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Take it to the bank.
No, you just do it with your phone. You don't have to take it to the bank anymore.
So also like bookshelves and shelving, I've seen a little bit less of that. A lot of people are doing kind of maybe even built-ins or floating shelves or something like that in their workspace.
I'm seeing a few. Like I still see a few etagers and things like that where they do want to have a little, like some interesting shelving. Or most I find with bookshelves, even the built-in stuff, I'm doing more styling of the bookshelves than actually filling them with things.
Yeah.
Like I still love. Some people do when I do bookshelves. Really, I don't want pictures. I want this. I still like books in a bookshelf.
Yeah.
It makes it to me interesting.
And even if you're hiding some of the books that maybe don't look so great, but you're putting the ones that are a little bit more stylized out in front.
And you can turn them and like you can do fun and put things on them and create interest in a bookcase and not just be a big old full of books.
And a lot of people are doing pottery and art pieces.
It's a great place for collections.
Exactly.
Because curio cabinets aren't really a thing anymore.
They're
so
not.
Now you have these, I mean, they still exist. I won't say that, but I saw a couple of new ones. Shocked me. Century had a couple of curios, or china cabinets, but not real china cabinets in the old world sense.
More open shelving, more and even having closed doors for.
But I mean, I think desks will always be part of our lives. I think we'll always have a desk, if not a built-in, some kind of pretty desk to work from or a functional desk.
I mean, I use my desk to do my hair and makeup, so.
Well, but but it's just, but
it's like
you
a vanity.
Well, you can always put your laptop on it and work from.
Exactly. Exactly. If I do need to do anything,
you don't remember. Back in the day, we had those giant cumbersome desks, and you had to have somewhere to put a tower, and you wanted all the cables to be hidden, and you want, that's not a thing anymore.
No. And I know, too, a lot of customers are coming in and looking for chairs, and they don't want the big, clunky, leather executive chair. They're looking for something a little smaller, but something that's comfortable, which, we sell Acronis Stressless. And
which are fantastic.
Do an office chair, and it's ergonomic. It's good for your back. And
it's not inexpensive, but it's a wonderful.
You'll buy one office chair.
You will never buy another one. Yeah,
exactly.
It's amazing. Well, then we still have the great, we still do really beautiful chairs from Hancock and Moore and Bradington Young, and
they do.
And then office furniture. I mean, it's like again, there are modular pieces still, but the modular has changed. It's not like the whole wall. It's a hybrid desk with a desk and a workstation and a storage area,
or a wall unit where you have your storage, and then you've got a table that you can work from, and then on the other side you may have your shelving or whatever.
Well, and I love too now that you can paint. You can paint them. You can paint them from the factory. So
exactly.
Any Woodbridge desk can be painted like any color you want.
Yeah.
And I love some of the new acrylic and the glass stuff. It's just really beautiful.
And just the accents, even the hardware sometimes, you know, selecting some beautiful hardware with some inlay or something is just gorgeous. Also, standing desks. What are your take on standing? Because I know I do have people that want standing desks.
It seems to have kind of gone away, though. I'm not getting, and I know some of our manufacturers was kind of slim. Hooker doesn't do them anymore. I mean, the only one I know of that we even have is Aspen Home.
Yeah.
I find that I've read. I try to read about furniture and where the trends are too. Besides going to the market and stuff, and I was reading about people were complaining that first it was we sit at our desk too much. Then it became we stand, just like everything. Don't drink Diet Coke, drink Diet Coke. Don't so stand at your desk, don't stand at your desk. Sit at your desk.
Yeah.
I love that. For me, I kind of like the idea that you can kind of do a hybrid thing where you could have a raised desk where you can stand, but also somewhere you need to sit. Because I've tried to do the standing thing, and I hate being on my feet for that long.
Yeah. Oh, I don't either. I have to sit down.
Yeah, and I'm a kind of at an elevated desk at work. You're at a regular desk. I'm at a little more of an elevated counter height, and I have to get move around. I can't sit, but I also don't want to stand there the whole time.
No.
So to me, the standing desk thing, maybe it depends on the profession.
I think it does, and I think it's if you are definitely working from home full time or whatever, sometimes you do need to get up, and maybe you're in conference calls all day.
Yeah.
So this would allow you to raise the desk to stand up and kind of move your feet around a little bit.
But I just don't. I think it's not the thing it was.
I don't think it is. I think it's starting
hot.
to kind of fade a little bit. It just depends on the person.
Yeah. Well, I know Baker has some gorgeous ones, but they're insanely expensive, but theirs look like a spectacular desk, and then it raises, the whole platform raises, and it's just beautifully done. I mean, it's just Baker doesn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
They have some really beautiful ones, but even their office furniture has got kind of pared back a little bit. It's more like a beautiful desk that could be a stationary or one that can, or standing, it can raise.
Yeah.
And then a few bookcases, but they aren't doing all the heavy office anymore.
No. Oh, wall color. Because I do have some customers who have a home office, and one is female, and it's pink. Nice little blush on the wall, which I actually really love. When she told me about it, I was a little concerned, and then when I saw it, fell in love with it. Because it's totally her personality.
Well, I did a great home office for a client, and we did just a pale like a mauve, almost a purpley pink, and then we did this spectacular wallpaper on the ceilings and painted all her moldings in a color, and it was so great. But I love that home offices have become more personal.
Exactly, personalizing it with wallpaper or
color, art. I mean,
even the seating. Finding fabric that really calls on your personality on the seating. Like if you have extra chairs in there, I just love that.
I love that we're doing I've been having fun with chairs too, like the extra chairs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a couple clients, like her and her husband, he works all day. He does work from home and he travels, and she comes in with her coffee in the morning, hangs out with him in the study in his office, and they love it because that's their morning time together, and he can get some work done. And so she wanted comfortable chairs to sit in, a place to put her feet up. And,
right. Well, he's sitting at the desk. She needs a place to sit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch it evolve into something that's a little more family friendly or a little more friend friendly, where your friends can come hang out too.
Yeah. Let's move on to kitchens and bathrooms. Now, we don't sell tile and anything like that.
But still,
we always get asked from our customers of what to put in the kitchen, what to put in the bathroom, the stone, the
I get that. Or they bring you all their kitchen selections, and then you have I want a table that matches. Well, first of all, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Not that you probably could do that, because it's hard to match stone when they're
it is. But I'm loving
completely different things.
I love that kitchens are warmer again.
Yes,
We're
do too.
seeing more brown cabinets, brown tones,
or even golds in the stone.
Calcutta gold marble, or What's the other one? Oh, we were just talking about the other day. It's a quartzite, a Taj Mahal quartzite with the golds and grays and creams,
which I love.
Absolutely beautiful,
so versatile.
And I love too where they're taking running the counter material up onto the wall.
On the wall, yeah.
As backsplash, it just makes a cleaner, more seamless kitchen. Sometimes I find that it can be a little too much, but I do love. Yeah. My favorite thing to do is to shape it. Like if there's a beautiful hood and you're not doing any upper cabinets on either side of the range, and you can shape the top or shape the granite to meet the hood, or on the ends do a pretty scallop or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a straight edge. So that's the great thing about using a solid surface material like granite or quartzite or
right. They
or
can
quartz.
Cut it to
you can
shape
it.
You need.
And a lot of the new edges, like remember when back in the old day when you do a kitchen, you had all these OG edges and these beautiful details. Well, all that's back again.
Yep.
There's more warm, traditional brown cabinets with a beautifully shaped edge on the granite and a beautiful, waterfall's cool, but it's kind of like gray floors and been beat to death, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah. It takes a special treatment for it.
But you've got to love, again, it's your home. We're going to help you do what you want.
Exactly.
But I'd like a little more of the timeless trends. And not necessarily the trends. Like some things are timeless, like the stone we're talking about. What are your favorite? Like what?
I like some
jewelry in a kitchen.
Yeah, well, like even your hardware in small doses. I wouldn't do it on every cabinet.
Yeah.
But maybe your island, you do something a little different, a paint color or a different wood tone or darker. Go darker with your island. And then jazz it up with some beautiful accessory hardware or something.
Love hardware. Like Bird Hardware in Charlotte and Blackhawk Hardware.
Oh, Blackhawk. It's one of my favorite
Have you been into Bird?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Bird and Blackhawk are just like two of my favorite places in the world to go look for hardware. Like
you feel like you've gone back in time when you walk in there. But
it's insane. Like for those of you who don't know Charlotte very well, Blackhawk Hardware is a hardware store in Park Road Shopping Center. It's been there forever.
One of the oldest shopping centers in Charlotte, actually.
From the 56, I think. And it's a mid-century shopping center that they've restored, and it's just still spectacular. The neighborhood around it is beautiful. And you go into Blackhawk Hardware, and they have like walls of knobs, and I could just spend hours touching and feeling and
you smell the popcorn when you walk in there.
The popcorn on that Christmas when I was there the other day.
The trees! They have the trees up.
Beautiful.
I go every year just to look at the ornaments.
Yeah, the ornaments are beautiful. The popcorn. It's a great place to go to. But Bird Hardware in South End is also amazing because Bird has. They carry like Waterworks and International. What is the name? International Ironworks. Or Rocky Mountain Hardware and a couple of just spectacular
handcrafted hardware.
So it's like taking Blackhawk, which has amazing manufacturers, and going like a level above. And it's insane. You don't know how much hardware is out there.
Yeah, until you are actually shopping for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. But that's what's fun about they've changed all the codes now I was watching this the other day in kitchens. With you can no longer have plugs on the side of your island or underneath because kids were grabbing wires for crock pots
and
pulling them down. So now your plugs have to be on top, or it changes every week.
Yeah. But I've seen it too where they have it
the
where
little
you push,
the
push down and it comes up and then you've got your outlet and your chargers there.
We were talking in our last podcast about how they've taken like the islands and the granite and the stone in the bedrooms where they put in charging stations under the wood.
Yeah.
Well, now they've got the charging stations and underneath the islands in the stone. And have you seen the cooktops built underneath the stone?
I have.
It's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
I don't have to look at those ugly circles on
I know.
a range.
Which that's what I have, but
well, I think that's what 99% of us have.
The stone instead, and then you turn it on, and then it illuminates.
Well, you're spending all that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and it's not radiant cooking; it's induction cooking.
Yeah.
So you have to put the little mat down, then you put your pot down, and the stone doesn't get warm, so you don't have to worry about your kids burning their hands. You don't have to worry about. And another thing we were talking about earlier too in the last podcast was about mixing metals in kitchens.
Exactly.
And I love I've been helping a client redo a kitchen, and we were looking at stoves and GE Cafe and I believe Wolf are doing some beautiful mixing gold and silver hardware on or painting refrigerators colors or it's really great to see color like that come into a kitchen.
Yeah. It is.
Like
it really
I love
is.
a beautiful range that's in a blue or a gold or yellow.
What are your thoughts on the kind of the hidden refrigerator that's built
panels?
into the
I love the
panels.
Panel
I
refrigerators.
Do too.
Love. Well, I love that it just disappears. And I love now that
it looks like it's part of the kitchen.
Yeah, and instead of making it like wasting all that space above, they're doing the panels that go all the way to the ceiling. So it kind of looks more seamless and doesn't look so cluttered. And then I love to put the hardware you get to choose on the front of the refrigerator. I'm also loving the way that they're doing 2 different stones. I love 2 different stones. Like maybe the island can be one beautiful,
and then your
with a lot of movement. And
regular countertop is different.
And while we're in the kitchen, sculleries.
Oh yeah, sculleries.
I love a scullery or second kitchen.
And some people don't know what a scullery is because that word is very old. But
it's an old. Well, they used to have them back in the day, and now they're a thing again.
Yeah.
And you have your beautiful kitchen that never gets messy. I know, like I'm Greek, and I know how the Greek households were when we were growing up.
Yeah.
You always had the pretty kitchen where nobody ate in.
Yeah.
And then in the basement or in the
Italians do that too, where they've got a second
kitchen in the basement or somewhere where you can
make. That's where they cook the fish and they fry all the stuff that smells up the kitchen.
Yeah, because the pretty kitchen was for guests.
Exactly.
And this is the family kitchen. So that's kind of what sculleries have become. Like you have that beautiful front kitchen, but then in back, which is essentially just a huge pantry.
It's a butler's pantry.
It's like
basically.
a butler's pantry, but it has a second set of ovens. It may have a small stove or a cooktop. Has your dishwashers and things that are hidden where you can, I live in an apartment. I have my kitchen's literally walks right in my living room, walks right in my dining room. So it's all one space. I hate that when I have a dinner party and you have all the dishes, and I like to use nice china, so you have to hand wash it all.
Exactly.
So they just kind of sit there until the party's over. With the scullery, you can take it to the back and
hide it.
Shut the door, not have to look at the dirty dishes. Yeah. And, you can enjoy your friends instead of standing in the kitchen washing all the crap in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And, you can enjoy the party.
Well, I know a lot of people will have a little space off of their kitchen where they do like a coffee bar, or they'll actually do a little liquor bar or something like that. But it's small enough of a space that it's not impeding on the kitchen, but it's a big enough space that you could really make it functional. Yeah,
well, exactly. And it's nice. If you've got the space, it's a great thing to do. And you've already built in that people are so into their pantries now.
Yeah.
And, all the shelving and the labeling and the finishes.
The home edit, basically.
Yeah, like I don't live that way. I don't know.
I am a little bit. I don't have them labeled, but I do have them stuff organized. Like my pastas are in, the containers and stuff like that.
I am a Virgo, so I am that. Like I love neat, but I have. They call it. I saw one guy call it like a drawer that's a doom drawer, where just everything kind of goes in a big mess. Or like what my desk is like at work. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
It's a mess, but it's an organized mess. You just asked me to find
organized chaos, and you can live in that. I cannot live in organized chaos.
I love organized chaos because if I know if you tell me find that sheet of paper, where is that form?
Exactly.
I know where it is in that pile,
but no one else can find it for you.
Don't mess with my pile,
exactly,
because it makes sense to me, and I can find it. It's probably part of my ADD too, or ADHD too. I can find everything in that little crappy pile because I know where it is. Don't mess with my fabrics. Don't mess with my plants.
We don't touch your side of the room.
Well, first of all, something might bite you living in one of those piles, so you might want to stay away. But I love those pantries. I think they're really cool. But I like cabinets, so I don't want to walk into a pantry and see stuff all over shelves because my shelves will never be that neat. So putting it behind a cabinet, that's why I've always. I don't know why it was a thing. Open shelving in a kitchen to me.
Yeah. Because it shows everything.
Well, every piece
and you've got to dust those.
You got to dust. People don't think about the dust and the crap that builds up.
They don't think about that.
And then another thing that I think is going to kind of go away in the kitchen is pot fillers.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And it was like forever. It's been around for like 20, 30 years. I mean, I remember it in the first home where I'm in Charlotte.
Yeah, like in their house.
It was, but you still have to take that pot, put it somewhere. So whether you carry the pot of water to the stove or pick it up and carry it, it's not like you're pouring it into the sink right next to the stove. So you're going to be carrying it anyway. Why worry about the plumbing or the faucet or the cleaning it or dealing with it
or having just that extra piece of hardware?
I'd rather see a gorgeous backsplash or a beautiful piece of stone that's uninterrupted behind your stove instead of another faucet in the middle of a room. I do love all the touchless stuff, though.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, kind of like when your hands are dirty, you don't have to touch.
Yeah, you can just...
And the toe kick, sweep things.
Oh, yeah, to get your... as you sweep and you just...
You just kick the little toe kick and
it just vacuums it up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Let's talk bathrooms a little bit too.
Spas.
I
home
know.
spa. Everything's a home spa.
I know.
Steam showers are back again and hot.
My dad, I was walking the dog the other day. My dad calls me and says, your uncle just bought a bidet for his bathroom. They just redid the bathroom. And I said, well, have you tried it yet? He goes, well, I haven't been there, but I guess the next time I go, I'll try it. And we made little jokes, of course, about it.
But
cleaning your bum.
Yeah, basically. But I did it when I was a kid. We used to go to Europe a lot, and they were everywhere. And
it's the most popular thing.
But when I was little, we would think they were fountains in the bathroom, so we would turn them on like a fountain. Yeah, because the water would spray up, and we'd flood the bath. Turn on too hot, hit the ceiling. So, but we didn't know what they were because we're from America. We don't do those kind of things. But honestly, I think it's the best thing ever because like you said, clean your bum. It's I can't do the flushable like wipe things. I'm sensitive.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, there's part of me that's sensitive, and I can't use the wipe. So the water is the best thing.
Yeah.
And you're not wasting all the toilet paper because I know how much toilet paper.
You don't have to get in the shower because some people I've heard that before. The whole joke about having to get in the shower after you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I know this isn't like typical furniture and design talk, but it's just real.
Yeah, it's real life.
We're human beings. These are things we do. We all go to the bathroom. We all do everything.
Right.
So it makes sense to have a bidet. I don't know why we haven't
with a seat heater too.
My favorite of the like I was staying in a couple fancy hotels where you had little like remote controls for your seat heater. It played music. There were lights.
Oh wow!
The bidet was built into the toilet. I tell you, the heated seat.
Yeah, it's probably really nice in the cold morning.
Almost as good as heated floors in your bathroom.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and that's another thing. Heated floors.
Oh my God, that's probably my favorite thing ever.
Or heated towel rack, even. I've heard that of those too.
Well, the house I worked on in Utah had the whole house had heated floors.
Oh wow!
So that was their whole heating system.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that just the radiant heat from the floor would
warm the whole house, especially if you've got tall ceilings and stuff.
Spectacular.
Wow.
And it didn't dry you out like heat for like gas heat or electric heat. You didn't have that dry because you still have the radiant heat, just kept the moisture in the air, and it was really nice.
Yeah, that's incredible.
But I would, the heated floors in the bathroom, I can just go lay down on them and be fine.
Yeah. And I'm seeing a lot too of people they've got a small standing shower, and then they've got like a beautiful like tub of some sort.
Almost.
Yeah, vessel tub or
they're
tub.
And the shapes and the depth because you're tall, I'm tall.
Yeah.
I mean, the tub in my apartment,
I've got a 1960s house. My tub is so tiny.
Yeah, barely covers my kneecap. Like I could, half of me's hanging out. If I want to take a bath, my friends are like, "Don't you ever take a bath?" I'm like, "No," because I never get covered in water.
Yeah,
but I do love the new. I still like a wet room. I know people are like 50-50 on the wet room space where it's like one big giant shower tub.
Yeah,
I know they're kind of a pain with the mildew and the cleaning, but if you design it properly, you can get around it to do all that stuff. I love the idea that you can just go take your towel into the shower with you, hang it, and you can stay warm in that space with the doors closed.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like a steam room.
Yeah, it's almost like a steam, but even that can be a steam shower if it's designed properly.
Yeah.
Like steam showers are huge again.
Yeah. Steam rooms, but mostly in bathroom steam showers.
Well, and that was we'll listen to Andy Cohen on Radio Andy the other day, and I laughed and I thought because he talked about selling his old house to an actor-writer. And he said, Andy said, "Do you love that I have a refrigerator in my closet?" And they made the mistake of thinking the refrigerator was in the shower. And he thought, wow, what a great thing. Like if you're taking a shower and you want to grab a drink, you just open the refrigerator.
What could wine?
Andy could be starting a trend.
Well, another thing about Andy, he has an outdoor shower upstairs.
Love
he's
an
got a
shower.
penthouse apartment with an outdoor shower, and he was talking about it was 40 degrees out, and he still went out and took
because it has heated floors.
Exactly.
It has the heat from the floor keeps the shower warm. Well, my parents. I was born in a early '60s, mid-century modern in Charlotte, and my parents had a sunken tub that was in the floor just kind of went down. And we had kind of an indoor-outdoor thing. They had a walled garden behind their bathroom, and you could open the big sliders in the shower and be like outside.
Wow.
Which was so cool.
That is cool.
Nobody ever used it because you had to crawl down into that damn thing, and it was kind of a pain.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Oh, I'll break my neck." But we're kids. We would do about anything. But it was kind of cool to take a shower in there and open that door and have that inside-outside, even when it was cold because you were warm in the house.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people will have their shower and they'll have that glass that you can see out, but nobody can see in too. And it allows for a lot of light.
Well, you've seen the electric one too, where you can like tap the thing.
Yeah.
You can tap a button and it opens and closes the it's an I think it's electronic glass, and it's something to do with the molecules inside the glass. That it's a floating molecule. They can press a button and it freezes it, and you can't see. Like the bathrooms in Europe. Have you seen those?
No.
So they have some public. They have one in Paris I've seen, and they've had a couple.
Oh,
where
actually, I
they're
have.
Clear,
I've seen a video of it.
So you press a button, and then the whole thing goes opaque.
Exactly.
And nobody can look in. But I would still be afraid. My luck, the electricity goes down while I'm in the middle using the bathroom,
and everybody can see you.
Yeah, exactly.
What else about bathrooms? I'm trying to think. Like
I love, like, I've done a lot of benches, like built-in furniture, like in bathrooms with drawers, and then benches where people can towel off. And I've used a lot of the inside-out Valdez fabrics that we talked about in the previous podcast.
Yeah.
On like benches and pillows and things where people can kind of relax. Because, sometimes you get out of the shower, you want to sit down, relax, and dry off. And when you're not in a hurry, like, these are for people that don't work or are retired that could chill in their bathroom.
Yeah.
And I still think bathrooms are still like our huge rooms still.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing.
Well, and I've even seen too where you've got a huge vanity, like maybe a 2-sink vanity or whatever, and you've got a little space in the middle that they're doing an actual like vanity where the woman of the home can do her makeup or put on her jewelry or do whatever.
Well, things I'm just starting to see now, and I've kind of seen it before in the past, but I think it's interesting why it hadn't been more of a thing, especially in the luxury market. Mm-hmm. His and her toilets and sinks.
Oh yeah. Separate areas too.
I never understood, like, you go in some of these homes they build in Charlotte now, and I'm like, this house is $8 million and they got to share one toilet. Like, where's his? Where's hers?
Exactly.
Like, why is it? Like, it seems to be like a thing in the West. I think it's kind of worked or maybe up north, but it's working its way here slowly. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's a given. Like, if I could afford to do separate.
Yes, do it.
I love even where they do a shower in the middle. Mm-hmm. And she has the tub and toilet and her vanity and everything on that, and her closet on that side, and his is on this side. So you aren't on top of each other.
Right.
Excuse me. Especially if you have the space.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Why not? Separate it. Because I know some women don't want to go to the bathroom after the husband. So that would just cure that altogether. And they say that normally
nobody needs to see all that.
Normally, marriages last because you've got 2 separate bathrooms and possibly 2 separate rooms.
Exactly.
So
it just keeps it. Oh, with the double bedrooms. I get a lot of my older clients. I'm like, we've been married for 40 years. Oh, what did you do? Separate bedrooms, separate bedrooms, separate bathrooms, separate everything.
Hey, whatever works.
Hey, if it works, it works.
And so let's move on to bourbon rooms or speakeasies, because that's something that I've noticed a lot of customers coming in wanting to furnish,
like their little
ancillary rooms, and they're like, well, we'll just make it into a bourbon room, or we'll just make it into a cigar room or a speakeasy.
I have a great client that I work with, and I've done redone a lot of their house, and we took their dining room. Mm-hmm. Because they have a huge kitchen, and their family room or their living room and their kitchen and their dining area are very formal, even though it's all connected. Mm-hmm. But they're a formal family, and that's how they wanted it. So we took the dining room, made to a bourbon room.
Yeah,
because her husband loves his collection of bourbons, and we had to, and he's got some expensive bourbons.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun creating this, and it felt like we gave it a speakeasy vibe.
Yeah.
But it's still open, but I've even
made it like moody with
super
the
moody
paint or
beautiful
wallpaper.
Like lighting and wallpaper and paint and gorgeous carpet, custom rug, and the cabinet. And we made like display cabinets that are backlit to display the bourbons.
That's cool. Yeah.
So you can see what's going on in the space. And and we got to pick a beautiful stone. It was just became a special space.
Yeah. I have a customer who had like a small room off of like their foyer, and they couldn't figure out what to do with it. So they're doing a bourbon room where we did 4 like barrel back, like swivels and round rug. And then they already had kind of a built-in in there to, make it as the bar or whatever.
Well, when you have your friends over, like, think about it. Like when I have my boys, Ben and Lyndon, and we're all hanging out. We want to look. We just literally take up 3 or 4 chairs,
exactly,
glass of wine, some music.
Usually hanging out in your living room. This just gives you a nice little
space that's a little more intimate, and you're not somebody's not on that side of the room sitting in a chair. Right. Somebody's on the sofa over here.
You're all just kind of right there together.
Yeah, and
exactly.
And you can pipe music in. You can have a little TV for sports. You can kind of do whatever you want. But I have seen the trend where they're doing the hidden speakeasy wall.
Yeah.
Like walk into your laundry room and open a door.
Another room that they can just build a door that just kind of hides the fact that there's a different room there.
But that's an old school thing. Like, it's funny. We act like it's something new. Speakeasies were a thing back in the 20s.
Oh, yeah, because of the
1920s.
20s,
not the 2020s.
No, the 1920s, because of all the,
back when we were born in the
Prohibition.
When we were born in the 1900s. I just find it funny that like it's a thing again. But like with even that though, like you look at these old, like you love old houses and old like when they show the old castles, all the little secret passageways and rooms and things. Like it's kind of cool that we're incorporating. That thing hasn't disappeared.
No.
And it's kind of cool that it's become a thing again.
Yeah, you just see a door and you open it up and then it's just like this little hallway that goes back into.
There's a guy on TikTok. Have you seen him where he has all these like crazy doors that open into rooms?
I have seen that.
Trap doors and things. They're so cool. But that's kind of like an extreme version of it. But I love that people are they love their home enough and they want to stay there and create that space.
And I actually have a friend I grew up with. They had an old farmhouse from probably the 1920s that had all the little secret, and when we were kids, we used to play hide and seek in the house, which was a ball because you just get lost trying to go through these little secret passageways.
And I love like in these old TikToks and like Instagram when you're following these people that are redoing houses and they're like, oh, look, we found 5 more rooms behind a hidden wall. And I'm like, how did you not know your house had 5 rooms behind a hidden wall?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just, but that's all that speakeasy kind of creating this mystery is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. Can you think of any other like rooms in the house we should discuss?
Well, I'm just trying to think. Like, I know that we've done the home office and living room, dining room. I do love that there's now a thing of again talking about Andy Cohen. He was talking about his house, which I love because I'm sure his house is giant. We're never going to see this one. They said he's never going to photograph.
Yeah, he's not going to photograph.
But he did build a room, which I think is cool. Like you have these big giant houses, but he had he built like a little family TV room.
Yeah.
With like built-in sofas and things where he and his kids could just go chill and watch movies together.
It's not the living room probably that he has his friends in. This is where the kids and him
like when I grew
reside.
up, like when I was growing up, my family's house, they had this huge living room in the center of the house that was all glass. It looked over the pool and the slate patios, and but our den was kind of a small, intimate place where we could all, as a family, like hang out, watch TV. Now, granted, our TVs were not like today's TVs; they were like this big and. It was back in the olden days.
The old tube TVs.
When we took our horse and buggy to the house to go watch TV. Or we go watch the silent pictures at the Manor Theater. But it's I love that that's becoming like there's becoming these little cool like family areas to hang out in, not just because I think home theaters are a neat thing if you can afford one.
Yeah.
But it's not very intimate. And I love that.
No, it's not because you're sitting in probably a recliner.
And everybody's spaced out. Your kids are probably on their phone doing. But I love that Andy made his little space. Like he said, we don't use our phones. We just kind of go in there, chill and watch movies as a family and hang out.
And just get a really deep like sectional.
Just
kind of sunken in.
Yeah, I think that would be so cool to like have a space like that. I think that'd be a cool room. Closets are insane.
Oh yeah, closets are crazy now. The money people put into building out their closets.
It's just because all it is you buy more stuff.
Yeah,
it's stuff.
Yeah, it's just stuff. Sleeping outdoor porches. We talked about this.
Yeah, that's become a thing, or at least like chill spaces.
Yeah, chill spaces on like a covered porch or
or do like
or even glassed in.
Or those porch. What are they? Easy Breeze 3-season rooms or whatever. Like here. We don't really have a winter in Charlotte. We do, but it's not crazy like up north.
But it doesn't really start until January.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had what the first snow we had a couple days ago.
Flurries.
We had flurries, and everybody was going crazy because we never have snow. But to get snow in the beginning of November was kind of weird for us. But it's kind of cool. Like I know when I'm up in the mountains to go hang out on the patio and like the fall when it's nice, or even in Charlotte, my friend Lyndon's front porch is like that room for he's put some really comfortable sofas and chairs and little where he's going to add a little fire pit eventually just to go like sit outside, have a glass of wine, get a breathe some fresh air, not be in front of a screen, and just enjoy outside.
Yeah. And I think that's all we've got for today.
Yeah, I think we need to, is there anything new? Any places you've eaten that you've been or?
I haven't. I'm trying Angeline's uptown
Great.
on Thursday.
You'll love it. Cool space too.
Yeah, going to an event uptown. Hotel. And my friend loves Italian food. So very excited to try that for the first time. I don't know. I'm still venturing out. I think trying
You've got
a lot of places.
So many on your end of town now.
I know. Well, also down in Ballantyne, the whole what is it
Bowl.
called? Bowl area.
They keep adding.
So there's new places to try every week. It feels like so.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my favorite Brick Tops tomorrow, which I could eat there I could eat at Brick Tops every day.
I know.
If anybody from Brick Tops is watching, please put one in Uptown Charlotte. Like, it would be so nice to have one to walk to. But, just saying, just throwing that out there. But anyway, it's been a pleasure as always.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching Inspiring Charlotte. You can catch us at inspiringsharlotte.com. Also, goodshomefurnishings.com and wherever you watch podcasts. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you for joining us.